What's up, guys? Welcome to the world's greatest sports betting show. I'm your host, John Hyslop, joined always by my friend, the great Matt Modi. What's up, man?
What's up, Slop? I got to be honest. I've been getting my ass kicked a little bit on the NFL, but it's an early season. It is what it is, but it's been dark over here.
Yeah, no, NFL's tough, man. It just is. It always will be. But I'm trying to think. The first 2 weeks I did good. Good meaning like profitable. Like I don't really. I look at green as good, red is bad. So then I say that was good or that was bad. You know what I mean? But like I don't know how good or how bad. But yesterday was not good. I kind of feel like a boxer, one that's getting like lit up, and then everybody's saying like, "Hey, are they gonna stop this fight?" You know what I mean? Like, but the thing is, like, I didn't hear a bell. So
I didn't hear no bell.
Yeah, it's not. I don't care, dude. I'm gonna keep going. Like I said, when it went bad again, like it was. I think I had like 4 straight bets yesterday, and then like an SGP or 2. So it wasn't like and Olave cashed, so that took a chunk out of what I lost. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where you just go into Monday night, see what you can do, recover what you can. You know what I mean? And then you move on to week 4. That's the beauty of when you can zoom out and view the NFL as like a season. And not even week to week, but game to game, or you know, time slot to time slot. Like, you know, people freak out when they get rolled at 1 o'clock, but they don't realize, dude, like 4 o'clock is just another time slot. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to get everything back. Like it's an entire season. Like zoom out and recognize what it is. Like you are going to get beat on certain weeks, and that doesn't mean you suck. You could have a bad September and have an awesome October and recoup everything from September. You know what I'm trying to say? It just, I don't know. It's the problem with today's gambler, or well, probably any day's gambler, but especially today's gambler.
When there's so many of them.
It's a, but it's a today business. And it's like, that is not true. It's not a today business. It's not. It's a year to year, all time, but like, you can make it at whatever time length you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would say. I mean, the majority of people have been nice about it, and they're kind of like, yeah, you know, we'll make it back. It is what it is. It's early in the season. It's more just it's my own pain of going through it and being like, man, like either I just get the wrong read and you kind of just chalk that up to an L, or you get like a bad beat where you're like chalking that up to a win, and then for whatever reason it doesn't go your way. Like when it's both of those things at the same time, you're not getting the good luck, the good beat, then it's tough.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like I said, just the way I always did it was just, dude, I've been doing this forever, man. And like, you know how many bad weeks you had, you know how many shitty losses you had, you know what I mean? Like, you know how many bad reads, like where you're just like, ooh, I was wrong. J-Mo was like that for me yesterday.
Yeah, 20
points. I was like, yep, that was a bad read. That had no chance ever, especially when you watched how they came out. They were just attacking very short. Laporta was getting involved. And once you read the tea leaves all week, though, so I kind of go back and say, hey, was there an indication that this was coming? And, you know, most of the time there's not, but you can kind of find it. You know what I mean? Like, you sell yourself on it. And it was Laporta not catching balls.
Yeah. So
maybe that was it. But whatever. It was, again, what it was. The Dortch play I lost, just like you just said. It was a bad beat. I mean, the guy got targeted, I think, 6 or 7 times, and he failed to catch 4 balls, but he was out of the slot. So those are typically easier targets to handle, and, you know, he just didn't get it. But, I mean, he got 3. He didn't get 4. It's like, that sucks.
Yeah,
Jonnu only caught 2 balls and he had 3. You know, just stuff like that. So, I don't know. You just move on, dude. Like, it's fine.
It's an early season. It happens, and eventually that stuff evens out over the course of a season. It's just like when you're in the thick of it, you just think it's never going to end.
Oh yeah. No, I can definitely get behind that, but I don't know. Nothing's gonna stop me from gambling, especially gambling tonight, because we've got 2 NFL games, so we should just devote this half hour or so to talking about the NFL, because the MLB, I know you already did some dingers, but it's 4 games.
Yeah.
Like, why are they allowed to do that? Like, this is not the playoffs, dude. I think this is the day I thought the season ended. And because I only saw 4 games, and I thought maybe like, 'cause I saw which 4 games it was, and I thought, I don't know, for some reason, maybe they were just projecting who the playoffs are going to be. And that was why they were showing it. You know what I mean? Like, and even though it probably doesn't make sense, I didn't really look at the teams. I just looked at there was 4 games and thought there's no chance the MLB would throw out 4 games on a Monday. 4.
Yeah. Like, maybe it's because they knew there were 2 NFL games and they're like, we're not going to be able to compete with it anyways, especially on a 2 NFL night. So then they'll backload the rest of the week. Although the only other day would be Thursday, which is also an NFL night. So yeah, I don't know. Doesn't really make sense to me. There's that Monday, I don't know, a couple months ago, there were only 2 games on. I don't know if you remember that. This was like back in probably July or June, but there were only 2 games on a random Monday. I don't really understand it.
Yeah, I don't know. I like my sports league to compete with other sports leagues.
Fair.
You know, throw me some games. Fair. So for that reason, there is no Millie parlay today, although I might go back and do one, but whatever. We're going to go straight to the NFL. I don't love these 2 games, but I found angles in both of them that I think we can play. So I think we should just kind of talk about it. I'll go first with the Jacksonville Jaguars, Buffalo Bills. I'm going to log in here to FanDuel just to make sure I'm giving out the right number, and then we'll look at OddsJam to see what the number is now. But I got James Cook, not long ago, 70+ rushing yards, plus 128 at FanDuel. I don't know about you, but I'm not a big rushing yards guy. I kind of hate rushing yards. It's such a building block way to get home, where I'd rather kind of strike quick with the receiving yards.
Sure.
But you can't deny it. People are running the ball. Like, they're just running's back now. So,
yeah,
you know, I don't know what happened to it. It was gone, but now it's not gone. So James Cook, the last 2 games, he's gone 70+ in both of them. Last game, he only ran the ball 11 times, and that could be concerning, but it's not. If you watch that game, he scored 3 touchdowns in the first quarter, first half. So, you know, that's what happened to him. He still went 70+.
Yeah.
But that was against the Dolphins, who lost their quarterback, so they lost any way to come back. And if running really is going to be back, then you're going to need your running back to be healthy, and you're not going to need him to take unnecessary hits in a game that you're killing the other team, and they have literally no chance of coming back because they have Skylar Thompson playing quarterback. So I can see why he didn't get many carries after that. Dude, 61.5 at FanDuel. The others have 63.5. There's a 62.5, a couple of those out there. 65.5 at BetOnline, minus 113.
That's nice.
Yes. So the idea that we only have to get 4 more yards than what BetOnline is requiring for minus 113, I thought that plus 128 is pretty good for 70+.
Sure. So I do have a play on James Cook. We can both cash, but I took his receiving yards. I took him at 20+. I got it at +1. So I got it at plus 110 odds at Fliff. I actually checked this morning. It's up to plus 115, so you can get a little bit of a better price. The main line on that is 16.5, 17.5. And I guess what was that? Fanatics at 20.5. Yeah, you can get an ESPN bet at over 19.5 at minus 110. Like I said, I got 20+, plus 110, plus 115 at Fliff. So I totally get it from the rushing angle for James Cook. I was on Cook receiving yards last week, so maybe this is just my way of being like, I'm not going to watch him cash tonight and not bet him after not cashing last time. If you look at that game in his workload, I mean, you basically said it. He basically didn't play in the second half. And he only got 1 target in that game. And that was when the game was actually close. It was on 4th down, and it went for a 17-yard touchdown reception. And then the Dolphins kept throwing interceptions even before Tua got hurt. He threw a pick 6. He just could not do anything in that game. And even before he got hurt, and then when he got hurt, it was just lights out. But Josh Allen only threw 18 passes in that game. He only threw 6 times in the second half, and that 1 target it's half the games, so it's going to skew the numbers a little bit. But if you look at the Bills in general, the target leader through 2 games has 8 targets. Nobody has a target share above 20%. Nobody has a target share even at 20%. So the Bills, we don't know who's going to be the receiver week over week. It could be a Keon Coleman game, could be a Khalil Shakir game, could be a Curtis Samuel. But I do think that in a normal game script, Cook is going to get reliable targets. Like week 1, he had 3 receptions on 3 targets. He had over 30 receiving yards, so that would have cashed. And only one player in week 1 had more than 3 targets. So Cook had the second most targets and tied for the most receptions. And the Jags defense, like they're 0-2, but their defense has actually been pretty solid. They've allowed the 10th fewest rushing yards, the 7th lowest yards per carry, but they've gotten somewhat lit up by the running backs. Week 1, it was Devon Achane. Last week, it was mostly Jerome Ford, but through 2 games, 9th most receptions, 5th most receiving yards to running backs. So I was high on Cook's receiving last week. It just like from a game script perspective, just it didn't play out that way. But even though I think the Bills probably win this game, I don't think it's going to be as aggressive of a victory in the first half as it was last week against the Dolphins.
I can get behind that. Yeah, I was looking at his rushing and receiving, and then just those numbers always scare me.
Yeah, I don't like, you can't take alt lines for that. It's like, you know what I mean? Like I would love to do 100 plus rushing plus receiving, but that's not an option.
Yeah, 82.5 is what you're looking at. They generally come out with those.
The alt ones?
I think so. So I'll look. I think it's under.
Maybe it's just later because I checked yesterday before game.
Yeah, alt rushing plus receiving yards. It's under the rushing props.
Oh.
Don't look under receiving because they won't be there. The more you know. 100 plus plus 155.
That's not bad.
No, that's something I can see easily happening.
Yeah.
Well, I don't really have another bet that I've already made, but I do have one that I'm thinking about making, so we might as well tie a bow on that real quick. All right. It does get a little bit ridiculous, but hear me out. Hang on. Where is this guy?
I have one too, by the way. Same thing. I don't have one that I have already bet, but I have one that I'm looking at.
I might do this, but I'm looking and the screen does not have. Oh, there it is. Okay. I was like, dude, where's my guy? How about Brenton Strange?
That was the guy I was looking at.
Okay. Yeah. The tight end for the Jaguars.
Yeah.
They are a tight end team. All right.
Yes.
And I've been a tight end guy ever since college. So, you know, it's a match right there for us. But like last year, did you know how many passes Evan Ingram caught?
I mentioned this in week 1. He had the 2nd most receptions ever for a tight end in his single season.
Yes. I mean, like, that is bananas. Like, that's just crazy. But it's the way the Jaguars roll. Like, they like to throw their tight end. So he got nicked up in warm-ups last week. So yeah, that's weird. But he didn't play, and this Strange guy comes in and catches, I think, 3 balls, 65 yards. It's tough, though, because this is his first ever start. But at the same time, you've got the game script for it. We just watched the tight ends do work last week against the Bills. Right? It was, it was
Jonnu. It was Jonnu, yeah.
Yep. I know that was Skylar Thompson related, but if you watched yesterday, they really didn't go to him. They really didn't go to their tight ends. They tried to do other nonsense, but like it wasn't just that. So I'm thinking maybe they saw something, I guess is what I'm saying. And like maybe, hey, we want to attack the Bills with these tight ends. I know that whatchamacallit, McBride from the Cardinals, he only had like 30 yards. He caught like 5 balls. And the other tight end, the Higgins guy, he caught 2 balls for like 12 yards. So there is that. Ooh, the dogs are back. He is that. So that would be 42 yards. What if we went 4? I would say all right, I guess what I want to talk about is the best way to play this. You could do 30.5 receiving yards at DraftKings plus 105. Or you could get a little bit loose and go 40 plus receiving yards Oh, it's down now. Man, it was 260 something. It was 184 now. It's plus 184.
Wow. Oh, it really went down.
It was higher than, way higher than that. It was 260. I know it was 260. Or you go plus 184. Or you could do 4+ receptions plus 142.
That's what I'm on. Well, not on. That's what I was looking at receptions over yards.
Okay, and then you only get plus 202 if you do 40 yards. But I mean, is that crazy? Guys in his first ever start, primetime game.
Yeah, I mean,
and we're taking him 40+ yards.
Fun fact: the tight end that has the most receptions in a single season is Zach Ertz. Do you want to know who his head coach was when that happened? It was Doug Peterson.
Oh yeah, big tight end guy.
The current head coach of the Jaguars.
Doug.
Yeah, he's a tight end guy. Yeah, I love it. I personally would lean towards the receptions over the yards because that's what Evan Ingram won. He was a receptions guy. It wasn't necessarily a yards guy. There we go. There's the dog.
Yeah, we gotta get the dog in.
Yeah. He was a receptions guy, not a yards guy. So I admittedly don't know a ton about Strange. Like, is he like an athlete guy? Is he like get open and fall down like Zach Ertz guy? I maybe should look into like the profile a little bit more, but it seems to me, I would, like I said, I would rather go with the receptions over the yards.
Okay. So 4+ looks like
142 at FanDuel. Not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, BetMGM has that at -110. BetOnline has that at +121, and Caesar's at +126.
Yeah. So, I mean, we could look at the EV page and see maybe if that was there. Look at the top of the EV page. There he is.
Oh, there's Cook. That's touchdowns. But yeah, as we speak, I am taking that Cole Strange. I'm taking the receptions as we speak. I'm locking it in. Where are we going? Alt receptions. Slap, you're muted.
The dog. The dog hit it on. I got one of the microphone that Nigel made me get. It's like $25,000, and if you touch it, it mutes. It is kind of cool. I'll give it to him.
Yeah, I mean, there's sometimes where like I'm fumbling to click mute or unclick mute. Just a little tap, just tap it in.
Yeah, little vanilla nut tap.
Yeah, there you go.
No big deal. But yeah, I think we can kind of close the book on this game. That's pretty much all I was interested in. What you said about the Bills game or the Bills receivers is correct. I don't know which one it's going to be.
It's Russian roulette.
And I don't know which if a game script plays out to where they don't really throw the ball much, which could happen, you're in deep trouble. And then the Jaguars, I don't know. Like I mean, their offense is terrible. Probably the good look there. But Christian Kirk hasn't really shown up yet. So I think the rookie
Brian Thomas.
Yeah, he looks like he's legit. Gabe Davis has a narrative for like revenge
game, yeah.
Yeah, there's the whole ETN. Is that what we call him? Etienne or Etienne? All right, Etienne. So he's a little pricey for my likes. So yeah. I don't know. I think those are that's the look for me is Cook and Strange. So that's a good thing.
We're on full alignment, and the fact we don't talk about our place before, so we each got to that separately.
Yeah, so that's pretty kind of a big deal, I think.
Yeah,
I don't know if people are talking about that. Yeah, Strange is going up right now. He's 28.5, 30.5 at Fanatics, which is wild. 28.5 there, still 27.5 at FanDuel. So 26.5 at BetOnline. It's kind of concerning, but I don't know if too many super sharp people are running out to bet Brenton Strange.
Yeah, we only use BetOnline when it helps our argument.
Yeah,
as like being sharp. Yeah.
Yep. All right. So before we get to the next game, I don't know if you saw it, Modi, but the merch store just keeps adding stuff. I looked yesterday, and it had a "you can't win if you don't bet" shirt, and I love that. That's my favorite saying.
It's true.
I had to be like 5 or 6 when my uncle told me that for the first, or I remember my uncle telling me that for the first time. It just kind of stuck with me. It's one of those things, you know what I mean? It sticks with you for life. You're like, you know what, man, that guy's right. And it started a trajectory, you know, that somehow got me here. Like, I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but here I am. I'm happy, and I get to gamble every day, so that's that. But yeah, there's a lot of great shirts in there. They have the Real Men Bet Overs. It reminds me of that shirt I used to have back in the day. I was a Raider fan, and it said "Real Men Wear Black." It looks just like that, but it says "Real Men Bet Overs." We also have one for the ladies, because there are ladies that like overs too.
Yeah,
and they should have a shirt as well. There's a link in the description, though. Go check everything out, man. We got a beer can holder now, which helps a lot when you're at your kids' sports. It looks like just your average, ordinary drink, but you could be getting lit up, and nobody would even know it. So that's awesome, and you'll be looking good doing it because it has a no NBD logo on it. So I'm pretty excited about what's going on with the merch store. Like I said, stuff just keeps dropping, man. It's wild, over and over and over and over. But visit that now. I'm sure there's going to be some sort of discount for something, because every day, I tell you what Nigel does, he comes back every day, he has some sort of sale. It's the funniest thing I've seen in my life. Every single live stream, 4 p.m. on this channel. You should check that out. At Slop Rules, if you're listening, it's at Slop Rules on YouTube. If you're listening on Spotify, or where else do they listen? Apple. Yep. So if you're listening there, the live stream is 4 p.m. every weekday. And it's awesome, but every day Nigel has yet another way to have a sale for the people, which I respect.
Gotta give the people what they want.
Yep. Good merch at good prices. So the other game that we could talk about is I wanted to say Redskins, but it's not. I don't say the R word anymore.
Yeah, put one in the jar.
The Commanders and Bengals, 8:15. Other one starts at 7:30, so you get kind of, I don't know. That's gonna be kind of cool.
They can't stagger them though. It's like, wait.
I know, like, yeah, give it like a half hour or so, but whatever.
Yeah.
So we'll have 2 at once. Usually got to pay extra for that kind of action, but not tonight. So there is that. But I can't wait for this one. This one might actually be pretty good, because we might see Joe Burrow and the Bengals actually be back because of T. Higgins, which should be pretty fun.
And it's because the Commanders.
And the Commanders give up just whatever you want.
Any way you want it.
Yeah. Yep. Like whatever. So there is that. But the thing I was looking at, which just feels ridiculously dumb, but I talked myself into it, was Brian Robinson Jr. 60+ rushing yards, and that is plus 118 at FanDuel. I'm telling you, I think it's kind of dumb to have a running back on a road team that's a 7.5-point dog. But I don't know, man. I'm doing it. I am.
I like it. I mean,
yeah.
I was really debating taking 2 plays in this one. He would have been the second play that I did, because that Bengals rush defense is trash, is straight garbage. Pacheco lit him up last week. They got lit up by Ramondre Stevenson in week 1. I'm totally with that. It's a game script thing. Like, if this game's 21-0 at the end of the, halfway through the second quarter, they might not. What's the running game going to look like? Also Cliff Kingsbury would run it down 40 in the fourth quarter. Like, just establish it.
Yeah, gotta get that run established.
Yeah, so that's solid. I went with a play that I'm guessing everybody's going to be on, but it's too easy not to. It's Jamar Chase. I laddered him up to 100+ receiving yards. I was able to get that at plus 190 at Fliff. I could see what the current best offer price is, because I love the odds jam screen. The only problem is you can't look at alt lines on it.
Yeah, you gotta go.
You gotta go to the game itself,
commando style.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe James Bond. I'd say, yeah, it's probably more James Bond than Commando.
Either one, your preference.
Yeah, I get James Bond. It's more James Bond. So you got to go in there, get in. without anybody seeing you, and you got to go down to Jamar Chase. And then you hit
so it's
show alternate lines. Are we seeing this? You see what I'm doing right here?
Yeah, it's crazy.
This is impressive. Yeah, so that's under. I was like, damn, dude. So 100 plus, we'll go all the way down. I just wanted to see something on the way down. 100 plus looks like plus 170 at Flip, 170 at Caesars, 175 at Ballybet, 172 at FanDuel. I mean, you're shopping pretty much in the same section.
So you can get 190 at Bet365. If you're in a state where you can use 365, you can get it at plus 190. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is get right game. This is squeaky wheel, whatever, like the favorite betting vernacular of the NFL, whatever you want to call it. That's what this Jamar Chase game is. We saw it with Malik Neighbors last week. He had 18 targets. He had 12 receptions. He had like 70% of the yards that Daniel Jones threw for last week. Like Malik, they knew he was going to drop back, throw to Malik Neighbors. He had 10 receptions, 127 yards, and a touchdown. Daniel Jones threw for 178 yards. Neighbors had 127 of them. Again, like there's nobody else that you even have to consider on the Giants. And the Commanders still couldn't do anything about it. In week 1, Baker Mayfield threw 4 touchdowns on them, hung 37 points. Chris Godwin, 8 receptions, 83 yards and a touchdown. Mike Evans, 2 touchdowns, 5 receptions, 61 yards. The Commanders have the 32nd ranked defense, according to DVOA. That's last. There are only 32 teams. And they have the 32nd ranked pass defense in the NFL. That's also last because there are still only 32 teams. So Jamar Chase, like, he's had 2 slow start to the year. You can kind of explain it away if you want to like make to kind of talk yourself into the bet that I'm making. Week 1, Burrow coming off the broken wrist. The Bengals never played well in week 1. In week 2, it was the Chiefs who always shut down the team's #1 receiver. Like last year it was L'Jarius Sneed. This year it's Trent McDuffie. Like Zay Flowers did nothing against the Chiefs in week 1. He had a bunch of receptions, but for like only 37 yards. Jamar Chase did nothing against the Chiefs last week. And then yesterday, Drake London had like 20 yards heading into the last 2 drives. And then they just kind of dinked and dunked it down in the end of the game with a little bit of a better stat sheet than it actually was if you're watching it. So, yeah, Jamar Chase, like he's screaming at the officials. He wants a new deal. This guy's going to get 20 targets. It's against, it's like Pac-12 type defense with the Commanders. So he's going to blow up. Like you can fully climb the ladder up to 125, whatever you want with Jamar Chase. And that's what I did. I took him over his main line and laddered him up to 125. But for this show, to not give out 5 different bets, we'll take the 100 plus at 190.
I like it. See, that's where I went real deep. All right, I was thinking the Bengals should be able to do whatever they want, throwing the ball. So if you're the Commanders, what you do is you pray you get the ball first. Definitely, there's going to be if they win the toss, there's going to be no deferring.
Yeah, you can't.
Take the ball first. And then you just run literally straight up the middle for as long as you can and just bleed as much time off the clock as possible before Burrow can come on the field and just embarrass your defense. You know what I mean? And then hopefully they get down there, there's a mistake or something. Maybe they only get a field goal. So now you're still in it. Now you do the same game plan. Just run. So like we got to get our Robinson yards pretty early because I don't know that this is going to go like close enough late. You know what I mean? I don't think they're going to go away from Robinson. I bet you he carries the ball like 15 to 20 times. Like I'm dead serious. I really think that could happen. But I think it's going to be in an effort to keep Burrow off the field because that's what I would do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's your only hope because you are going to get beat. Like it's bad.
So I was told from someone that I trust in is really smart that the sharpest thing that the books price for player props is actually the attempts. So rushing attempts and passing attempts, like that's what they're the best at at pricing. Efficiency is what they struggle with.
See, I don't know. I would push back on that. You know why? Because I have a rule. If they don't let you same game parlay it, then they're scared.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair point.
They won't let you same game parlay that. I try all the time.
No, they won't. Yeah, no, they won't.
And it's just they won't. Well, for a reason being, like if you think that, all right, so let's say Washington wins this game somehow. Robinson, his rushing attempts right now
13.5
or 13.5. He's running the ball like at least 5 or 6 more times.
Yeah, he's getting to 20.
You know what I mean? If they win, I mean, obviously they would have to win, which is ridiculous. Which you would probably attack a different market. You know what I mean? Than rushing attempts.
Yeah,
you know, you probably get paid a lot more for that. But like they don't let you ladder them. Like you can't ladder them, which I hate, and you can't same game parlay them.
Yeah, that I don't understand.
So I think that they're scared.
Maybe, yeah, or maybe they know that it's such a sharp market that I don't know. I don't have a.
They're protecting us.
Yeah,
I like
maybe. Yeah. Anyways, that's what he said. It made sense to me because like if you
it does make sense.
Well, because if you think that like if the argument is the sharpest thing that the books do is price NFL spreads, which I think like we said, I'm not going to beat FanDuel betting spreads week over week. Absolutely not.
Nope. I won't even try.
Then more often than not, they're getting the game script correct, and then more often than not, you can at least predict what a team's going to do. So like their attempts, they can do a better job pricing that, but like the efficiency could be really good, could be really bad. There's more variables about efficiency, but at least the attempts they have more control over. That's the argument. That's what he said.
I agree with that. No, I do agree with that. I see how you could get to rush attempts and pass attempts easily.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So,
but if the game script goes off, maybe, I don't know. I just don't know why they don't let us do alts.
Yeah, that I agree with. That I don't know. What are you scared of? Yeah, what are you scared of?
Yep, because trust me, they're not doing it because they're so good at it that they know they'll beat us. You know
yeah.
Like there's no chance.
Yeah, it's just one of those markets. Yeah, I don't know.
All right, so is there anything else in there? Terry McLaurin, I thought it was interesting. One of my favorite coach speak like things is when they try to tell you that they just got to do a better job of getting certain players the ball. And they just sit there and pretend like it's
out of their hands. Yeah.
I have no idea. Like we got to do a better job of getting them the ball. It's like, I don't know how we can do it, but we got to find a way. It's
the classic, I think you should leave meme. It's like, we're all trying to find the guy that did this. It's like when coaches are like, I don't know why we didn't get him more involved. It's like, well, it's your job to like, you're literally the one directly responsible for that.
Yeah. Like it's, I mean, I don't even have too much of a problem with that as much as like, he's just trying to deflect blame. It's when they sit there and like pretend like they just can't figure out how to do it. They're just like, why? We got to figure out a way to get him the ball. Like it's like,
that's your job.
Like a math equation or something that's just like, it's crazy hard. You know what I mean? Like it's, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. Like, here, try this. When he runs out for a route, you have your quarterback throw it to him.
Yeah.
Like, you could probably do that.
Or
that would probably work.
Like a bubble screen. Like
yeah.
You could do, yeah.
So we got that, though, out of Kingsbury. Or Cliff, Kingsbury. Yeah. So we got that out of him with McLaurin. Just saying it's on him. They got to get him the ball more. I believe them. I think they're going to try. The only way I know to play this, which I haven't played this yet. So I'm still thinking I'm going to use the rest of the day to think about this, but 5+ receptions. It's not that crazy, especially since you might be getting like the nonsense ones.
Yeah. Like
you know what I mean? Like the ones that don't get you anything, but plus 124 for that at FanDuel is pretty competitive. Also, Gesicki. T. Higgins coming back kind of ruins his party, but one SGP leg that you can put in any SGP you want. Like they have a 50% boost today. So one leg could be Gesicki, 2+ receptions. Oh, it's up to 380 now. It was shorter than that. But 2+ receptions in an SGP is always fun for me. I always love doing that. Because it's literally 2. Like he catches 1 and you're 1 away from cashing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's just math.
Yep, exactly. It's a really counting, more than
true. Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, but it's like the next number. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
you really don't
true.
have to add much. It's just go to the next number. But yeah, 2. And I think he gets 2 tonight. I think
he was awesome last week.
His role is just gonna disappear completely.
Yeah, I think, and I mean that's a great deep fake because everybody's going to want to be on Chase or Higgins with Higgins back, and you can just be like, no, I'm going right back to Gesicki.
Yeah, but again, you're not going back at an elevated number.
Yeah, exactly. You're playing at a discount.
I'm yawning again. I'm sorry, man. I woke up at like 6 o'clock in the morning again, maybe even earlier.
Because the dogs are
the dog, dude. The dog is killing me. We're moving her dinner back. Everybody, both dogs. And then hopefully that will move back their breakfast to like 8. You know what I mean? 7:30. Like that would probably be ideal instead of feeding them at 6 o'clock in the morning, which I feel like is pretty dumb.
Yeah, we do 8 to eat. Yeah, we do 8 a.m. 8 a.m. breakfast. No matter what time they wake up, 8 a.m. breakfast.
Yeah, see, I don't understand. They won't, like, they never calm down. Maybe I need like a sign, that says breakfast served 8 a.m.
Yeah, that'll teach them.
They know. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's like, I don't know. Because I'm trying to spell it out for them. It's like, dude, you're not eating right now. It's too early. I'm not even eating right now.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. Well, that's gonna do it. I'm thinking we're pretty good. I can't see the board. I think I got Cook 70 plus at plus money, low
plus
short
128.
Plus money. Brian Robinson plus 118 for 60 plus. Okay. Yeah. Our boy, the strange guy for Jaguars. So you can go 4 plus or 30 plus, I think is the way to do it at DraftKings to get plus 105, 30.5. I'm sorry. If you want to do 40 plus, that's going to be a little bit higher, but that's a little bit riskier. I kind of like what you're doing with 4 plus. I think if they get behind, it's a no-brainer. They're going to throw the ball, and they are tight end heavy. They don't care. They'll throw the tight end, even if the guy's name's strange.
It's a strange name, but they'll do it.
Yep. What'd you get?
I got James Cook, 20 plus receiving yards. I guess we're splitting the strange one, the 4 plus receptions, because that's what's on the board here. And then I got Jamar Chase, 100 plus receiving yards, plus 190.
Sweet. All right, man. Enjoy your first Monday night doubleheader. Those are always fun. I mean, I guess it's not really a doubleheader, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, good enough.
Cooper.
Yeah.
So we got that. I can't wait to watch it, to be honest with you. Good luck, everybody. And Matt, tell them where they can find you real quick.
Yeah, Twitter at Jedi Modai. Link to that in the description of this video. Find me on there, and that'll get you everything that you could ever want from me.
Sweet. I'm at Slop Rules on Twitter. I'll see you on the live stream later on today, 4 p.m. Have a great one.